Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.
Hey everybody, this is Jason Murphy and you're listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host from Diamond Financial Group right there beside Poets on the Square, and just want to thank everybody for listening in. I'm hoping that you will learn some information today and even gather some resources from my guest for today that I'm happy to have here. I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to a good friend of mine. His name is Shawn Monday. He works for the state of Tennessee for the Department of Labor and Workforce Development. He is the Regional Director of Workforce Services. Is that correct, Shawn?
Absolutely. I actually cover right now Area 7 and Area 4. There's 13 different areas in the state of Tennessee, and I've got two of them. The Upper Cumberland area and just west of Knoxville.
Okay, outstanding. Well, I really appreciate you coming on today. This was a last-minute thing, so we haven't prepared anything. I just called him up and said, hey, let's go talk, and, he showed up, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what he does for our community and for this area of Tennessee. But I do want to also mention that he is one of my fellow AMVETs. The AMVETs is short for American Veterans. It's the oldest and largest veterans organization in the nation. And we now have Highland AMVETS Post 44 right here in Cookeville that meets the fourth Monday of every month. If you are interested in becoming an AMVET, the only stipulation or requirement is that you must be a veteran, of course, that has an honorable discharge. That is it. It is really that simple. A lot of the other veterans organization, you had to have, served during a time of war, or served during, or served on foreign soil during a time of war, like the VFW, or to be a disabled vet for the Disabled Veterans Organization, or a Vietnam vet for the Vietnam Veterans Organization. For us, you simply have to have been a veteran that served honorably, and that is it. And this month, up until May 18th, you can sign up for basically half price and get a lifetime membership. But that only goes through May 18th, and that will never happen again for Highland AMVETS Post 44. So if you're interested in that, give me or Shawn a call. He is one of my officers for AMVETS. He is the Sergeant of Arms, or what's the other title?
Provost
officer, yes. So, but basically, a provost officer is just simply sergeant at arms. He helps us keep on track and on focused on task and that kind of thing. So, but I tell you what, before we get more into that, and we'll probably mention AMVETS a couple more times, and we're both here as veterans that are proud to be patriots, proud of our country, and proud of this community and how it gets behind and supports our veterans. We both served out at the Wall That Heals, which was amazing. We had, I'm going to go ahead and say it, over 30,000 in attendance for that event, which was phenomenal. I'll also mention to you that the Wall That Heals has been in prior years in the Knoxville area and in the Nashville area. Each of those two events, there was only approximately 10,000 people that showed up. So that just kind of goes to show you how proud we are to be patriots in this area of Tennessee and how many people showed up and showed out.
It was a great event. I'm just going to piggyback onto that. And I want everyone to, we have a lot of pictures posted on our website, so please visit AMVETS
Post44.com. AMVETSPost44.com.
Or you Google it.
Just Google AMVETS in Cookeville, and you'll find it real quick. We also have a Facebook page, so you can just look up AMVETS Cookeville or Highland AMVETS on Facebook and find us. But yeah, please do like us on Facebook, our AMVETS. Go to our website. You can, if you're a vet, if you are a vet, you can join straight from our website. I will need to verify your honorable service later on, but we will get that taken care of and move forward. But so I appreciate, Shawn, you being here today, and we're going to talk more after our next break. But before we get there, I did want to recap, just because it's really been on my heart this week. If you didn't get a chance to listen to last week's show, I encourage you to go to moneyanmotion.com, and you can hear last week's show or any of my shows as we slowly get all of those loaded up on the website via YouTube. We just put a still image, and it's really just the audio, but you can hear any of the shows that we've had going back almost a year now. We're now in May, and this month we'll close our full first year of having Money in Motion, and I'm so proud to still be representing Diamond Financial Group and being a voice of reason, a voice of wisdom when it comes to finances and investing. And so on that note, I'm going to recap last week's entire 30-minute session here in about 3 minutes. And all I did is go over the baby steps that Dave Ramsey talks about. I'm now officially a Smart Vestor Pro on Dave Ramsey's platform. That just means I'm one of the guys in this area that Dave Ramsey would recommend that you come and talk to about your investments and your finances. And what I'm going to do with you when I first talk to you, especially if you mention Dave Ramsey at all, is I'm going to go with you through kind of the baby steps and ask you things. Have you done step 1, which is get $1,000 in the bank as an emergency fund? Have you gone through step 2 of getting rid of debt? It's very hard for someone to invest when they're head over heels in debt, and 69% of our Americans, of our nation, are living paycheck to paycheck, says multiple polls and studies. 70% people, I mean, that is just unreal. And so I'm going to encourage you to dump that debt and get out of everything but your mortgage before you start investing. But I do want you to pay off your home early as well, which is one of the later steps. But once you're out of debt, go to step number 3, which is get a fully funded emergency fund, 3 to 6 months. Then start investing. Dave recommends 15% of your household income for retirement. Start a college plan after that for your kids if you haven't already gotten that taken care of. In my household, I'm just going to be honest with you and tell you that we are on the scholarship program, and so I am pushing my boys hard to that they can be. You're throwing a little army towards you there, Shawn. That was for you, buddy.
Gotcha.
So, but I know that they can do amazing things, and we're seeking scholarship opportunities, and would encourage you to do that as well. Baby step number 6 is to pay off your home early, and then baby step 7 is to build wealth and give generously. And that's really all. We're going to talk more about that. I'm actually going to get Shawn's opinion on some of those steps and kind of see where he's at in his life. I'm going to put him on the spot here. He had no idea I'm going to talk about these things, but we're going to talk about some of the importance of some of those things, and then we'll go a little bit more into what he does as the regional director of Workforce Services for the state of Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development. But you've been listening to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. Hi, everybody. This is Jason Murphy, your host on Money in Motion, right here on News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub. And I'm excited to introduce a sponsor that is an amazing friend of mine, Dr. Ken Schmidt-Motson and Pam from Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center and beside where J.J. Jack's used to be. A lot of you are familiar with that area. And I have to tell you that I have seen Dr. Ken and Pam going back for 28 years. They are good personal friends of mine, but the services that they offer there are amazing. Dr. Ken is one of the best chiropractors that I know, and I have seen him over and over for neck pain, for back pain, for issues with my hips, where I've had car crashes and different things that have taken place in my life, and he's always been able to get me straightened out and back active the way I like to be with my boys, going climbing and hiking and running and playing. So I encourage you to stop by and see Dr. Ken. If you have any issues with your spine, with your neck, back, legs, he can check you out and get you taken care of. Now, Pam is an amazing physical therapist. I can tell you, I just had knee surgery just a month ago, and I've already completed the turkey trot this past November, which was amazing that I was able just a few weeks after knee surgery, and Pam was able to help me get rehabilitated extremely quickly to get back out there and lead the active life that I enjoy. Also, they have a new nutritional program that is amazing to help you get get in the right physical shape that you need to. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're just trying to get healthier, but you're not sure what type of nutrients your body needs, they can take care of all those needs right there at Cookeville Chiropractic and Physical Therapy, located right there beside the Justice Center in Cookeville.
Congratulations, you found a home for sale that interests you on the internet.
Is it really as great as you think it is?
Is the asking price in line with the current market values?
Will owning this home allow you to continue enjoying life as you know it?
Are there more homes in the area you may like better? To unlock the mystery of home buying, you need a professional realtor. You need the Wilson team at the Realty Firm. Our experienced and highly trained team of realtors will take the guesswork out for you.
Buying a home is a process, and the Wilson team at the Realty Firm will walk with you every step of the way, making your needs our top priority.
The only house we want to help you buy is the one you can be proud of.
The one you can call home knowing you took every step to ensure it will bring joy to you and your family for years to come.
Call Darren Wilson at the Realty Firm at 931-520-7750 or find them at www.therealtyfirmagent.com. The Wilson team will put you on the path to owning the right home for you.
Just over 11 years ago, my wife and I went on our first date. We ended the evening by going to a little coffee shop here in Cookeville, just catty corner of the courthouse, named Poets. We sat down and enjoyed an amazing cup of coffee. We enjoyed the company with each other, getting to know each other. That ended up leading to us being married less than 6 months later and having been married for the last 10 years. It all started at Poets, right there, catty corner of the courthouse. For one of the best cups of coffee in Cookeville, I highly encourage you to stop by Poets on the Square or their other location on the north end of South Jefferson Avenue. Poets Coffee, a great place to take your next date or just enjoy a cup of coffee. Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy from Diamond Financial Group, right there beside Poets on the Square. As we speak, I am drinking an amazing cup of coffee that I got from them and would just highly recommend you stop by, see Poets on the Square, and then come over. I'm literally 2 doors down from Poets, next to the Methodist Church there, right on Broad Street, catty corner from the courthouse. Grab a cup of coffee, come over and talk to me. I would love to speak to you more about Dave Ramsey and me being a SmartVestor Pro. If you need some help or a plan to get out of debt and to make a difference in your life, you know, if you are normal, you're living paycheck to paycheck. If you are normal, you are not investing. The average household in America today is going into debt at a rate of 2% of their income per year. That's the national statistics, people. Don't be normal. Be weird like me and Shawn and do something different. If you want to live like nobody else, you need to live like no one else to begin with, meaning stay out of debt. Don't have a car payment. I talked to a gentleman this last week, and I love him. He's a good man of God, and he told me he's basically had a car payment all of his life to the tune, he said, an average of about $500 a month for his entire life. He's 49, almost 50 years of age, and we did the math. If over that time frame, over 30 years, from 20 to 50, if he had invested that money instead of sunk it into new cars that all end up being worthless, by the way, he would have had $1.7 million over the course of 30 years at $500 a month. How much is your car payment really costing you? It's called opportunity cost. And so you got to think about the bigger picture. We also did some math on his son, who is a 20-year-old, and we did math on him investing $50 a month from age 20 until age 70. We went ahead and did a 50-year time span, Shawn. And that boy, do you have any idea how much he would have at just $50 a month?
At what age?
He started from 20 and went to age 50. Sorry, to age 70. Over 50 years. 50 years of his life investing $50 a month. $1.9 million. 1.9 at $50 a month. His total investment, Shawn, was only $30,000. Only $30,000 of his money, and if he did that through a Roth IRA, at retirement, he would have all that money tax-free. I mean, that's basically $1.9 million of tax-free money because only $30,000 of it was his. It's the power of compounding interest, and I get passionate about that because people just aren't doing it. So, I mean, not to completely put you on the, are you normal or are you weird when it comes to finances, Shawn?
I'm kind of in between.
Okay.
And I'll kind of explain that a little bit.
Sure.
I have gone off on my own. I was self-employed for a while, so I hung myself out there. My timing on that, I left a job paying $70,000 a year, went off on my own, and within 2 years, I had pretty much bankrupted myself to the point where I had to dig myself back out, go back and start working for other people. So I had money saved. I have investments, and I pretty much had to use those. The timing, by the way, was 2008 when I went out on my own.
Wow.
I'm telling on myself, people, so don't judge.
I hear you.
But since then, I've kind of worked myself back in. I've been lucky enough and blessed enough to work into different positions and get really good experience. And now I'm a regional director with the state of Tennessee, building my 401k back up. I also have some other investments. I am going to, as a matter of fact, I need to start a Roth IRA.
Brother,
so you and I need to talk.
Absolutely.
Also, bringing that full picture, we have an obligation to guide and help our children. I have 4 children, and my 2 older boys, I have not discussed this with them. So that you've given me prerogative to reach out to them and kind of have this conversation.
Well, brother,
they're successful
and let me tell you, let me help you with that. And I mean that. And I mean this for anyone out there listening. It is one of my passions to talk to younger people, show them the math, teach them basic finance. If you're a school, I talked to several high schools already. White County High School has me come out. My boys are in school over in East Tennessee. I go all the way over to East Tennessee and talk to every one of their classmates about just basic principles of finance, how to stay out of debt, because it'll make a difference in the world. But bring all 4 of your kids out and let me just talk to them for about an hour and lay down for them. If they will follow some of the advice that I will give them, brother, I guarantee that they'll be millionaires at retirement if they just follow some basic principles of finance that we've forgotten about and our schools aren't teaching.
Yeah, there's a lot of opportunity. We don't have that conversation with our children.
Right.
When I was growing up, it's be smart with your money.
Right.
Be smart with your money. There wasn't a conversation on investing. And now, as the world has changed and finances have changed, it's so easy to get drawn into credit card debt and to wanting something right now and taking that loan.
The most successfully marketed product in the history of the world is credit cards.
And it's terrible.
People don't consider it a product. They don't consider it something that they're purchasing, that they're hiring that credit card company to manage debt for them. They're buying that product called debt, and they don't even realize it. And it is devastating to our nation. And so that's why I'm kind of on a tear here lately to try to encourage people.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
So last thing I do want to mention about this, and we're going to move on and talk more about what you do, and I promise, Shawn, we'll spend the whole last segment talking about that a little bit more. But I did want to mention, you talked about having your 401k and you're building that back up and that kind of thing. A lot of people out there, their largest asset that they have, other than their ability to make money, which I encourage you to insure that through life insurance, but a lot of people, their largest actual asset is their 401k. But so many people, like in 2008, their 401k turned into a 201k because they didn't have anyone watching it. That is one of the licenses I hold, and I have several, is to be able to actually take your 401k under management. Because I can't charge the 401k, you do have to pay me a little fee for service for that, being upfront and just completely honest, full disclosure. But it's a less than 1% of whatever your total cost of your 401k is, and I actually put electronic eyes on that 401k. We watch it, we bounce it off what the market's doing, and we make adjustments on a regular basis as needed, and can help protect that largest asset so you don't end up with that 201k, if you will. So wanted to mention that to you, but we're about out of time again for this segment. It's amazing how fast these segments go by, but Shawn, man, I really appreciate you talking with me a little bit about that, opening up and sharing. We got to be honest with each other if we're really going to make a difference in this world. And you got to use the resources that are around you. You know, the Bible is clear when it tells us that if you will seek the advice of wise counsel, you will prosper. That is straight from the mouth of God, quite honestly, through Solomon and Proverbs. So I recommend that you stop by and see me, and we can help you do that. But thank you for listening to Money in Motion. And stay tuned, where we'll be right back after a word from my sponsors. I'm Jason Murphy, your host, right here on News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub.
Protecting your home or business is important to you. That's why you might invest in an advanced security system or make sure you have the strongest locks on the market. But what are you doing about the sun? That big yellow ball of fire is shooting UV rays through your windows that can fade furniture and increase your energy costs. Fortunately, the Window Tint Company in Cookeville can provide you with a championship-level solution, offering multiple lines of window film for any need. The Window Tint Company is the Upper Cumberland's expert when it comes to protecting your home or business from blinding glare or damaging UV rays. And you'll still be able to admire those beautiful Middle Tennessee sunrises and sunsets. When you're ready to protect your home or business from the sun, give Jason and Susie with the Window Tint Company a call at 931-510-0830. That's 931-510-0830. Visit CookevilleWindowTintCompany.com to learn more or request an estimate.
Hey, this is Jason Murphy from Money in Motion. Let me talk to you a little bit about my good friend Joey Smith of Smith's Insulation. Did you know that Smith's Insulation has been around since 1977? They provide insulation for new construction and on existing homes. They are certified by the TVA as a weatherization contractor. That means that you could actually get a rebate for improving the efficiency of your home. I greatly encourage you to call Smith's Insulation for all your insulation needs, whether it be for commercial builds or new or existing residential. I have used Smith's Insulation for both and can tell you that I was extremely pleased with the service, the quality, and the energy efficiency they provided. To find out more information about Smith Insulation, go to smithinsulationtn.net. That's smithinsulationtennessee.net.
646-5519. Those numbers may not mean a whole lot to you right now, but you're going to want to write this number down. My name is Jennifer. My husband and I, we're frugal people. While we like to get a lot of value for our money, to say the least, we stretch every dollar. So last year, we decided that we wanted to refinance a mortgage on our house. We did our research, and that's when I met Barbara Steeving. Her official title is loan officer. She's not just thorough, not just thoughtful. She actually anticipated my family's needs throughout the whole process of the refinance. And trust me, folks, when I say they were tricky needs. She was just amazing. Can't say enough about it. By the time the process was over, I called her my friend. You can be friends with Barbara. All you need to do is go to Willow Avenue in Cookeville next to Jackson Plaza and go into First Volunteer Bank and tell my friend Barbara Steeving that you're there to save money, and she will do it for you. The number is 646-5519. So stop by First Volunteer Bank and see Barbara Steeving.
Member FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Money in Motion. I'm your host, Jason Murphy, and you're listening to Money in Motion right here on News Talk 1077 and 1400 The Hub. Stop by and see me at Diamond Financial Group, and I would love to sit down, talk with you about your finances. If you're still struggling or dealing with some debt, I'm going to give you a plan to get out of that, even give you some resources. There's an amazing app that is free through Dave Ramsey's office called Every Dollar, and it helps you actually do some budgeting. So many people end up at the end of the month wondering where their money went. This Every Dollar app, or what's called a zero-based budget, will allow you to tell or name every dollar before the month begins, so you know where your money's going instead of, again, wondering where it went at the end of the month. That happens to so many of us, so do encourage you to start budgeting in this app and some forms that I have available to me that I can share with you at no cost whatsoever. There's no catch, I promise. And if you're interested in doing that, I would love to help you do that. But hey, I wanted to share a quote with you guys. You know, I have someone that's really close to me, doesn't even live here in this area, but kind of a family member that I was talking to this last week and was just telling him that, you know, he went out and got a certification as for a job. He got a certified in a particular discipline, and has been waiting and waiting, trying to find that ideal, perfect job. And in the meantime, he's not working. And I told him that it is so much better to be working, that it's easier to find a job when you already have a job than it is if you don't. An employer is going to look at the fact that you've gone 4 years maybe without a job and say, man, this person doesn't really want to work, or they'd be working somewhere. And Shawn, in your experience, do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And
you need to keep busy.
Right.
Because you sitting around does absolutely nothing. In a discussion we had off the air, you become complacent, and that builds absolutely nothing.
Right.
Keeping busy provides opportunity if it provides nothing else.
That's exactly right. And so I wanted to share with you guys a quick quote. It was actually a teacher, Mr. Washington of Les Brown, somewhat famous DJ. You can go out and look up on Goalcast, Les Brown, and hear a really motivational speech from him. But it's basically a young man that was considered to be mentally retarded. Turns out he was not at all. It's just a label that they put on him until he found that teacher that made a change in his life. And it was just really motivational to me. And one of the things that the teacher told Les is that it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. I'm going to say that one more time. It's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. So are you prepared for that opportunity, and are you out there working in whatever job you can find? I don't care if it's delivering pizzas or newspapers or whatever. There's jobs that no one else wants to do that you can do. Do it passionately and do it as if you're working for Jesus Christ, and people are going to recognize that, and you're going to move up. So one of the resources that I believe we have before me, and at least if not directly, indirectly, but Shawn Monday is going to talk to you now a little bit more about what he can do and what his offices do to help you and often veterans, but any of you maybe find a job. Shawn, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm very proud. First of all, thank you for having me on the show.
My pleasure.
And I'm very proud of what we can offer here. Not only do we help and assist participants, people in our community, but we have programs that specifically assist employers and business. We have a tremendous opportunity here. Our state's doing a really good job of bringing in business. Our unemployment rate is down as low as it's ever been.
Right.
We're having a problem finding participants with the right skill set to fill positions.
Okay.
So that being said, that's what we do. We train them. We can assist these individuals, and many times without any cost to them.
Wow.
And place them into these positions, these in-demand positions. We can assist them with resume writing, soft skills, interview skills, cover letters, things of that nature. But we help youth. We help the disabled. We have vocational rehab that can assist us. We have adult ed that can assist. Say you don't have a high school diploma, we can assist you with that. We have other programs oriented around veterans, which is near and dear to my heart, as you know. And we can case manage disabled veterans or veterans that have a barrier to employment. A barrier to employment is somebody who's say that they have been unemployed for a while. Maybe they're homeless, things of that nature. We have other programs that can assist them not only with finding a job, but with finding assistance in those areas that they need.
Right.
We have programs oriented toward business to where we can work opportunity tax credits, where we can get credits for hiring certain individuals with a barrier to employment up to over $9,000.
Wow.
Which is incredible for our employers. We have on-the-job training programs where we can pay a portion of the labor cost up a certain amount of the hiring period, the first few months of the hiring period, depending on the job, for individuals they hire. We have incumbent worker training for employers, which what that does is that will pay for training for existing employers or employees for upskills, like they get new equipment or maybe they get new technology that comes in. They need assistance with that. We have grants available and monies available to pay for that training. They bring the person in, and we pay for it.
Wow.
So there's a lot of opportunity, and I'm very proud of what the Department of Labor, because what we do is we bring down the federal dollars to the state. The state passes that down to the area, to the community, so we can put that money out where it needs to be.
Yes.
And it's been very successful. The new WIOA program that we have has been basically implemented, I think, very, very well. Our leadership has done a really good job. I've seen it from the top to the bottom. I'm kind of in the middle. But it's assisted and helped our our employers, our communities, and our participants in the communities.
Outstanding. Well, Shawn, if someone wanted more information, if whether they're an employer or an employee or a potential employee and they're needing some help, who would they reach out to? Would it be you personally or your office? Just give us a little bit more information about that.
No, reach out to the American Job Center. You can also go to jobsfortn.gov. That's a website that's based around, it actually is for the participants, but employers reach out. We're involved with the local chambers, so we may have met you there. We have a American Job Center, our team lead, and our one-stop operator, who's the manager on the non-state side. Reach out to them at the American Job Center. Again, employers out there, if you need assistance, reach out to the American Job Centers, ask for the team lead or the one-stop operator. You can get all the help you need. They have all the information available to assist you, up to including job clubs and that and the like.
Man, that's outstanding. So, Shawn, believe it or not, our time is up once again. But, hey, I just wanted to thank you for coming on, and I wanted to thank all my listeners for supporting me over this last year through this opportunity. If you're wanting to sponsor my show, feel free to reach out to me. I do have a list right now of potential sponsors. So if you are interested in that, let me know. Stop by Diamond Financial Group right there beside Poets on the Square, right there on Broad Street. My name is Jason Murphy. I'm your host on Money in Motion, and you've been listening to News Talk 107.7 and 1400 The Hub.
Advisory services are offered through Creative Financial Designs Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities are offered through CFD. Investments Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer, member of FINRA and SIPC. 765-453-9600. Diamond Financial Group is not associated with the CFD companies.